You ain't know. You like shit.
I
Let me see.
yo, because you gotta match up, some of the levels. And I was like, the guys that you were beating, when you beat Ramirez, I was like, that's a good fighter, and then now the way you beat Michelle, I was like, this guy is it. Like he's definitely it.
Hey, hey, Ramirez was game.
Facts.
Yeah, Marinez. Yeah, hey,
Marine.
dude, game. He he'll give a lot of fighters some problems. Dude, game. He was more game than Rivera.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, you definitely picked
I
Vera.
was flat though. I was flat. Like when I fought him, I was flat. You know what I mean? I wasn't on my A game that fight. As far as just like my body wasn't. You know when you got an off day. I just had an off night that fight. I was on my legs from like 7 in the morning. I was moving around from 7 till the night of the fight. So like it was a lot. It was a lot that I had to deal with that the night of the fight. But I came out with the W.
Crazy, man. You picked them apart, and it was just like everybody was just talking so highly about you. I tagged you on Michelle in our interview. He said he would like the rematch, but I obviously believe that he has to earn that to make that into fruition, of course. And then also in your last fight, you also kind of called out Rolly, somebody from like your stable, basically. Not your stable, but your promotional company. So he got a fight coming up this weekend. Is making 140 something that you wouldn't mind hopping,
Yeah,
coming back up?
yeah. I'm a big 135 pounder, so I go to 40. I wanna end at like 54, but I'll go to 40. I can hold my own. I feel like I hold my own at any weight I go to. If I go to 54, uh, that's at the end though. That's at the end of my career. But like 40 right now, I hold my own at 40.
Right.
I'm gonna hold it down.
And that would be amazing because I believe that, that division is one of the most scariest divisions in boxing. Everybody got a high IQ, but a nice punch in the same time.
Hmm?
Um, but nonetheless, man, we just had one of the biggest lucrative fights with Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. I definitely want to know your thoughts, but after the fight, the coaches threw out a flyer and put you on it, saying that, you one of the guys that they want to entertain. They love Derek James. They would love to go against Derek James. What you think about a fight with you and Tank? I know you guys shared sparring as well. I heard it was good work.
Hmm. Now that'd be dope. You know what I mean? Like a fight like that, I feel like that'd be like one of them fights, like when it's really like, okay, you got two real dogs in there. Like far as mentally and physically, in the ring together. You know what I mean? And it's all about like who gonna figure who out in that fight. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like that fight is nothing that ain't I ain't ready for. You know what I mean? A lot of people act like it's just like because they a lot of people don't know who I am like that, so they act like it's just off the radar. Tank he got the name in the sport. But when we talk skill for skill and we talk heart and we talk like real fighters, you know what I mean. I feel like I can get in there. I could tango with him. So I feel like that fight just like Ryan, he exposed Ryan. Like he showed everybody really what Ryan is. Like Ryan is a decent fighter. Um, he's not like this super skilled guy. He got attributes. A lot of these fighters got natural attributes. They may have speed, they may have power, but when it come to like you get in there and you got to go skill for skill with a guy who on the same level or maybe above you, it's like how you gonna adapt to it. A lot of these guys can't adapt when you get in that ring with the same level of competition. So Tank just really showed that when he fought Ryan that it's just the levels and Ryan not on that level because if you can't he didn't adjust. Tank did a great job at what I mean, staying on the outside of that hook, not getting hit with that hook, controlling his range and all of that with Ryan and Ryan couldn't adapt to him. Like he all he was trying to do, he kept trying to throw the hook. Like he couldn't adapt, man. So he just showed that Ryan wasn't on that level that everybody thought he was.
Right, right. And speak about some of that sparring that you guys had up in the Mayweathers, man. I mean, I heard some great things. I heard everybody in the gym was saying, "Good job, Frank." It seems to me that, it's hard to find sparring for Tank, especially at the same weight class that he's at. He normally holds back a lot on a lot of these guys, especially these younger guys. So I kind of wanted to hear from the horse's mouth because, what Coach Kenny was telling me was that, he's seen the sparring. He wasn't there specifically, but said that, with 8-ounce gloves, he believes that Tank could have definitely hurt you in that in the
I heard I heard he said he seen the sparring on YouTube or something like that. The sparring ain't on YouTube, so I don't know. I ain't never even seen the sparring.
Me
You know
neither.
what I mean? It's a video out of a guy on there, and like I done had a few people hit me up like asking me like, "This was you? That was good work or whatever it may be." Tank was whooping the dude ass. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh,
But it wasn't me. The dude was a whole orthodox fighter.
mm,
So dude wasn't me. But I heard that the coach. I said he seen a video on YouTube or something. Ain't no video out on YouTube. But Showtime was there when we did the sparring. So the crew. So it was good work. Tank got power. He more of an explosive, an elusive fighter. Like you got to be on point because he coming with like that one shot, like he really looking to time you with that one shot. But he got more than just that one shot. But that's like his like he good at that. He good at what he do when it come to that one shot. So in the sparring, man, we was like it was back and forth. The sparring was back and forth. I landed some big shots. He landed some good shots too. Um, and the people in the gym, far as the best shot in the gym, the people in the gym know when the best shot in the gym. So, you know,
that's what's up. That's what's up. Um, was it like dog house rules?
nah, for real. What happened was I sparred one of his homeboys. One of his homeboys was in camp with him, and me and dude was supposed to go like 6 rounds. It was Floyd was in the ring, and hyping the sparring up and stuff. I ended up stopping him at like 4 or whatever. So we were supposed to spar again. That was on a Monday. We were supposed to spar again on Wednesday. And then Tank people had came up to me and just had asked me would I get Tank some rounds or whatever. So I guess he was trying to redeem his homeboy. So we got in there and we did like 4 rounds. They had to stop the sparring though. They had to end up stopping the sparring because it was getting we was turned up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, we was turned up.
that's what's up. That's what's up. When you can get that turned up situation and it's like you got all the big boys watching, it's obviously out for a master class real showcase fight, you know what I'm saying? So that's great to hear.
Yeah, I love that fight though. Like we was able to make that fight happen. You know what I mean? It ain't none of that. A lot of times these guys be talking about these fighters just want to payday. Everybody want to payday at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But like I ain't just doing none of that name dropping for no payday. I'm trying to be where they at. I'm trying to be in tank position. I ain't just here to just get up there and get knocked off. You know what I mean? Like
Right. No,
you
yep.
hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, nah, I ain't here, man. Like these other fighters, man, they come and get a big fight and then get knocked off. You know what I mean? I'm here to get to the top, so if it take me knocking one of the top dogs off, that's what I'm here for. But like I'm going for it all.
Mm. When we talk about this super hot division of the 135, like where do you rank yourself among all these other guys?
Man, I rank myself right. I'm with them. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm one of the best at 135. It's just like a lot of people just still haven't got to see. I still ain't even have to bring out like I still ain't really in my fights. I still ain't really like
You haven't
had
gone
to,
deep into your bag?
huh? Yeah, no, I still ain't really showed too much. I stick to the game plan. But like I really ain't got to show everything that I can do. So once I do, everybody gonna be like, dang, like my last fight with Vera. people ain't think I could box. You know what I mean? People thought like I'm a get out boxer. I could box. You know what I mean? I could do whatever my opponent do. You know what I mean? But I'm a fight a person like off of their style. You know, like I fight accordingly to who I'm fighting style. And you know, with my coaching, you know, I got grade A coaching, so we're gonna have a great game plan. You know, so I can give it to a lot of these fighters however they come. Like if you go watch my fights, I fight different. You know, you'll never see me fight the same. I
Right.
always like, you know, I fight a little different. Like my last 4 or 5 fights, I done fought different.
Yeah, yeah. You're giving a different look to a lot of people, and which is impressive because everybody does their homework when they, get the name on the table. So it's like if you get a different Frank Martin each time, now you got to be able to adapt to, all right, well, he could do this, he could do that. But then next thing you know, you got another surprise for somebody. So that's good. That's dope. So if you had to rank like the top 5 guys, or maybe like the top 4, like who do you think they would be at your division?
And lightweight,
Yeah.
um, I say
In order.
in order,
Yeah.
I say I say Tank. Uh, I say Tank. We talking skills. I mean, we know Devin got the belts, but when we talking that real skill, like let's not talk the belts. I say Tank. Uh, I say me. I say Shakur, and then I say Devin.
I like it. I like it. Um, you know, I'm pretty sure you've seen Shakur's last performance. You believe that he beats Devin Haney?
I feel like that'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a good fight. That'd be a chess match. You know, they both. You know, they'll pick your head off. They both. You know, Devin got that good jab. You know, Shakur balance. You know, he could pretty much do it all. He ain't got just a jab. You know, he gonna throw them combos. He gonna put his shit together. So I think that'd be a good fight.
I
I
agree.
feel like all the fights, all of us right now, like the five, like it's some hitters. You know what I mean? Let me take myself. I didn't put myself number two. I'm number one. You know what I'm
Mm,
talking about? So
yeah.
I feel like all of us, man, be like good fights. You know, like, and I feel like it ain't no. So how Ryan just fought. Like a lot of people knew, like, yeah, Ryan got speed and he got some power, but when you talk the IQ and the understanding, it's like it's a level down. Like he mid, but when you talk, like, I feel like the rest of, like, when you talk the top five of us, I feel like it's more of everybody got some IQ, and then some may lack some power, but you know, I feel like it's just the IQ is just the difference in the top five out of us. It's the IQ, so it's just like who can figure who out in there, and it ain't so much. None of them going off of a certain like attribute. You got to go in there and you got to figure them out, and you got to be smart. So I feel like it's like all them fights is chess match fights.
Mm, I like it and I respect it. Um, Next week we got Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, a fight that is big for Top Rank right now. How do you see that fight going out?
Man, I mean, I feel like I've been calling for Devin to get the fight, even though he been talking crazy about me. He said something that don't even make no sense.
Tell me about it.
Man, dude gonna say some. I'm old to be fighting for a belt. Like, boy,
Seen
I
that. I've
started at
seen that.
18. You know what I mean? I started boxing at 18. So it's like I told him, like, our paths is different. You know what I mean? I came up in armories. I ain't fight on TV. Really, I only been seen on TV like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I ain't really start fighting like that until my 13th fight. So really people only seen me like 4 fights.
They could call you the ghost just off of that alone, Not
Hey,
alone.
look,
And I know why they call you the ghost. Is that you here and then you there and then there, right? Your
yeah,
work is undefeated.
it's like it was like in the amateurs. I came out of the blue. I have came through, beat Abraham Nova. I had like 12 fights. I beat Abraham Nova. I beat Virgil. I beat some top names. So everybody just was like, "Who is this?" And I was just going off natural. I was like, for a lot of my career, I was just going off natural ability. You know how Ryan was basically.
Yeah, because you was an
So now
athlete.
I'm going off of understanding. I know what I'm doing now. I ain't just sitting there just going off of my natural. I don't even got to tap into my natural like that. I'm going off the science of what I'm getting taught in the gym. So it's like it's a lot different now.
Yeah, once someone can match that IQ up, then you can start bringing those other attributes to the table, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Understand?
And I feel like when I fight the best, all that's gonna come out. All that like the Rivera fight. That was easy. That was like sparring. I was chilling. I could have pressed the gas, but it was just like I wasn't gonna break nothing, if everything was working. So it's just like why he still had some heat on his punches. So it's like you beating him, why go in, get reckless, get caught with something or any of that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let him run into everything. That fight, you know, if he would have came and got me or whatever it may be, I'm gonna let him run into everything. Other than that, like everything I was doing, I didn't have to go get him.
Right.
Everything that I was doing was working for me. Just boxing him.
How would you see a fight with you and Haney? Like, would you fight him or would you go, IQ for IQ, or you just bring it all to the table?
I mix it up. I do a little bit of everything. I stop Haney. You
Mm,
know what I mean? I stop him. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that he good at. He real good at that jab. That's his money. His
right,
jab is his money. But it's some stuff that he do that like he wouldn't be able to do if we got in that ring. That he stopped a lot of them other fighters from doing. And honestly, maybe Lomachenko the stuff. One thing that he do a lot. I think that Lomachenko is game enough to take it away from him, and that's gonna like throw his game off. But I want him to win that fight. But that what I'm talking about that he do, I think Loma game enough to like he ain't gonna go for it.
expose him.
Yeah, yeah.
So you didn't get to tell me your answer. I mean, you want him to win, but like, how is this like a 50-50 fight?
Yeah, I say it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
I say it's a 50-50. Yeah, I say it's a 50-50. Because I feel like Loma fight different. He fight every fighter different too. He be more aggressive with fighters who don't got, a lot of power, and he more cautious with fighters that got power. He get busy earlier when he fight fighters who he don't feel like got too much pop on their punches. And then fighters who do got pop, he way more cautious, but he end up working his way in like later in the rounds. He get to getting loose and figuring them he been and figured them out. And then that's when he get to going. But
Right.
we don't know. Everybody be like Devin ain't got no power, but I'm sure he got a decent amount of power. He got a decent amount of power, but I don't know, man. I feel like this gonna be a good fight.
Mm,
I ain't gonna say like this is no one-sided fight. Like I don't see Devin just doing him how he did Kambosos.
right. Right. Yeah.
Kambosos was like he couldn't figure him out. You know what I mean? Kambosos was overly aggressive. He was just doing a little too much, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I think Devin just was in his head.
Mm,
He got his number.
it happens. Yeah, it definitely happens. Um, and then a fight with you and Shakur. How do you see that playing out?
Hey, that'd be solid. That'd be a chess match right there. That'd be a chess match for sure. He good at distance. I'm good at distance, and everything. That'd be the chess match right there.
Yeah, that's a solid fight. Now that we're talking about it more, I mean, we're talking about the battles of the IQ, two southpaws, great footwork. Um, like I said before, I believe that your footwork, when I was looking at you, it's very underrated, man. Like I don't understand how people don't really talk more about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you showed that in the on your last couple fights, just taking away other people's punches just off of your feet alone. Uh, nevertheless, we got you said that you would entertain that 140 division as well, when the time is right. And we got another fight coming up June 10th. Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. How do you see that fight going out?
Uh, man, man, Teofimo, he an emotional guy. Teofimo, he an emotional guy. He got the skills, he got the IQ as well. But I feel like his emotions sometimes get in the way. And his IQ get cloudy. If his emotions get in the way. But I feel like if Josh Taylor don't get in his head mentally, I feel that it's a good fight. But I feel that Tio could pull it out if he in there mentally on point. But Josh Taylor a dog. He could do it all. That's another good fight. Uh, man, man, that's one of the ones I don't know who I would lean towards.
Oh, okay. So is that
It's
more
one
like
of them. I don't know who I would
Israel?
lean towards.
Also,
But nah.
you give the edge to Taylor, don't you?
Yeah, I give it to Taylor.
Mm,
I give it to Taylor. I give it to Taylor.
mm. What makes you feel like, is it because he's more accurate to the weight class?
No, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that he more accurate or nothing. I think that it's more of just like the level of competition. Like he fought Regis. Um, he able to stay calm. He able to stay calm, and like I feel that he a box. Like he okay with boxing. He don't care about the knockout. Like he okay with just winning a fight and boxing, just boxing you, and just boxing you basically. Tio be coming and he trying to knock your head off. So a lot of times, if that don't work, it'll mentally throw a fighter off when they ain't getting knockouts and all that when you known for knocking people out. So I feel like he gonna go into the fight with the mentality like I'm just going to win. I'm beating him. However I beat him, I'm beating him. And then, I don't know how Tio looking at it, if Tio like I'm gonna knock him out or whatever it may be. But a lot of times fighters, we put pressure on ourselves when we say we knocking a fighter out. And it's just like you gotta let it come to you. If it come to you, it come to you. And a lot of times it will. You just gotta wait for it to come to you. So I feel like he just gotta be smooth. If Tio go in there, be smooth, don't be too anxious and thirsty for a knockout, he'll do good. If not, I feel that Taylor gonna just box and move. Maybe he might catch Tio.
Right, right. Another guy that's been talking a lot of your name on his last fight, another guy from Top Rank. I definitely want to hear more about this from you because, when I talked to Michelle, back in the days, they used to, if you really wanted a fighter, you would take his last opponent and fight that last opponent and do a better display. So I said, why wouldn't Keyshawn Davis entertain a fight with Rivera? Rivera's response was he's not at that level yet. What do you believe when it comes to Keyshawn Davis?
Man, I believe that he's not at that level. I believe that he a good fighter, but I believe that like just how he look at Shakur, he like that's my big bro. Like they ain't gonna fight. Like it's levels. You know what I mean? Like he know how Shakur is. He know the level of Shakur. You know what I mean? And I don't think that he looking at me as like he on that level. I think that he like, oh, I could do this, I could do that, but it's levels. So he won't know until he get in there. And it's gonna be like for me, I fight him. It's gonna be like, oh, he only got this many fights. You know what I mean? He a good fighter, but he's not on that level yet. He ain't even fought nobody. He ain't even been tested yet.
Right.
So it's just like go fight a little bit. And then I ain't sitting here like I done fought like goddamn King Kongs in the division. You know what I mean? But I done fought, a few little good fighters, whatever it
Yeah,
may be.
yeah, you
Like,
didn't fight no Anthony Yiggett.
you know what I'm talking about?
I hear you.
Like, and then Yiga, they stopped that fight. Like that. Come on now, they weren't even supposed to stop that fight. But they stopped the fight, and it was he did a good job. He whooped dude, but come on now, Yiga, did you see that? He couldn't even filthy. He's horrible. But like say for instance, like a Rivera, that's a skilled fighter. Rivera's skilled. Like certain fighters who skilled, like you don't want to see fighters fighting these fighters that's just uh they just throwing punches. They can't even keep balance. They throw 3 punches and then fall off balance. They can't even keep their stance, So it's just like, go fight somebody who actually like who game, game and then see how you do against them. But I feel like right now, him calling me out, I feel like it's just like he really, really playing. He playing on my top. I feel like I would hurt him, honestly. A lot of these guys don't know, like, these guys don't know how strong I am. They don't know, like, until they get in there. And then once they see and get hit, like Rivera thought he was gonna be stronger than me, faster than me. When I hit Rivera and when we locked up, Rivera was whoa, whoa, this motherfucker, oh shit, I gotta deal with this all night. So it's different. Like that game plan, whatever game plan they get in there with me, whatever game plan they got is gonna go out the window. It's gonna go out the window. As soon as I hit them, boom, it's gonna go out the window.
Yeah, and it's like you haven't been able to even flick that switch of saying, "All right, dude, we gonna fight. Like this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stand toe to toe and fight right now."
Man, I did it with Jackson Marinas
And you right about him, bro. He's game. I mean, I thought he beat Rolly.
for sure. Like I feel like he got a blessing. Rolly got a blessing that night because he beat Rolly. I would have gave him 10 rounds for real. I would have gave him 10.
It was bad.
Jackson was one of the best fighters I done fought. You know what I mean? That's one of my best. That's one of my favorite fights. I was flat and all that. I had to figure it out. I like that. I like to fight for real, for real. But like my coach, he stay same box. You make it easy. Don't bang, don't do none of that. But for real, I like contact. I like that little style. Like if we gotta bite down, I like to bite down when I got to, so I had to do that fight, and that's one of my favorite fights so far.
That's amazing, man. Now, tell me a little bit about yourself. You told me some of the guys that high level guys that you shared the ring with, Roger Ortiz. You said also
Abraham Nova.
Abraham Nova. What other guys have you been able to share the ring with? Even in sparring.
In sparring, uh Tank, man, for real, I really ain't Rolly, um, uh,
Are you a
Keith
bad man?
Hunter.
You a bad man calling Rolly out after you sparred him.
Yeah, Keith Hunter. Uh, man, Rolly, no. Keith Hunter, but sparring don't mean nothing because it's different.
Fact.
I mean, you can go have a bad sparring session with somebody, and then or maybe years you spar somebody years. You know what I mean? You may not be as good at the point when you spar that person, and then you grow, or whatever it may be. So sparring, you can't never really like say, oh, I sparred, I did good against him, or whatever it may be. People grow, people decline. You know what I mean? So that's
Absolutely.
sparring. You can't never get too caught up in that. But I know what I do to Rolly.
How did you get the name the Ghost?
Really, because I came out of the blue. I came out of the blue with the whole like boxing and all of that, and was beating some top guys. And 2016, when I fought Virgil in the National Golden Gloves, the lights had cut off in the in a hotel we was staying in. So once they cut off, like everybody had left out, and I was in the room, like we was like in a conference room, just cutting weight training and stuff. And this the night before the championship. So once the lights cut off, my coaches at the time had put their flashes on the phones. And then I'm in the room just running. I'm running around the room. You see my shadow on the wall and all that. So like my trainer, like, you know what? Like Ghost, we're gonna call you Ghost. So, and then just like outside of just boxing, certain things, you know what I mean, outside of boxing. So it just kind of like it just matched. So I'm like, yeah, I'm rocking with that.
It's dope too, because like I hate oversaturated nicknames that everybody uses over and over. It seems like it's not one of those names that you could just copy either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah. It's like it came from like it just came like it came to me. Like I ain't have to like I ain't think of it like, oh, this. No, it came to me. So, and it's like a story behind it. It ain't just a nickname. It's a story behind it.
Yeah, real nicknames are given; they're not chosen. So
Yeah, straight up.
that's facts. That's facts. Um, you know, we got this big fight that your man's and Terrence Crawford, you know, training with Spence. Tell me about that. I mean, it must take that gear to another level because it seems to me the way he trains is just everything hard, everything keep the pace going for further and further and further. Then with your style, you're super technical and slick, and you got like that ghost vibe. But then you got this guy right here that's training with you, so it kind of like gets you on another mood, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's just like so basically, man, we just train for, we train for 12 rounds. We train to not get tired. We train to not get tired for 12 rounds. So we pushing ourselves in the gym the whole time for any scenario we get in a fight. If we can coast and chill and we ain't gotta exert ourselves too much, we gonna do that. But nah, I'm gonna do that. E going in, he trying to get you up out of there. You know what I mean? He hitting you everywhere. He hitting you everywhere, trying to stop you. Me, I'm more like if I ain't gotta turn up, I'ma just chill. I'ma just chill out. Boom, boom. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna be smooth. But he rugged, he rough, he coming, and he coming. That's what like that's how he trained. He trained how we fight. Just how we fight, that's how we train. He throw a lot of punches. I can't keep up. You know what I mean? Like when we in the gym, we be on the bag. I'm on the bag. We working, but he just throws so many punches. He nonstop with the punches. It's not that I can't keep up. It's just like his punch output is high. Ain't too many people can keep that punch output, and he can do it every day. I can go in the gym. I probably, let's get it in for 2 days. After that, like all that high punch output, I'm gonna be sore as hell. You got it today. I'm gonna give it to it. But his punch output, he can do it every single day. Like it ain't a day that he can't give a high punch output and just be full throttle. So that's what make him different. His determination. Like he just different.
Any words he gave to you as far as like training comes to concern when it comes to Terrence Crawford? Like, are we gonna get this fight this summer? Uh,
No, he ain't really said too much far as on that fight or nothing like that. But I just know he working hard, whether it's for Terrence, whether it's somebody else, he always working. Like he be in the gym. Even before these conversations, he be in the gym, he be working. So he ain't really said nothing about the fight to me or nothing like that.
yeah, he seems like a quiet guy. Um, and then in other words, as for you, you discussed that you would want to finish your career possibly at 54. What is a fight that, you per se want to be able to say, yeah, I need that for my legacy? Um,
Mm, should I say like you saying like at the end?
I mean, it
Or
could
you
be
saying like right now, legacy wise?
legacy wise. You think about your box rec once you retire and you're like, I need these names. These are the ones. that I need?
I say Tank. I say all the guys right now. All of
Mhm.
us, all the guys in the top, in the top Tank, Devin, Shakur, those big fights.
Okay.
Going and getting those big fights on the resume is like that's what it's about. We want to make the money, but it's about getting those big fights. Like right now, he got one big name really,
Right.
Ryan Garcia.
How
You
about
know,
40?
hmm?
How about 40?
At 140.
Yeah.
I don't really be for real when it comes to the 140 weight class. I don't really be like I'm more tuned in with the 135 weight class.
You make so much. You make the weight so easy.
I wouldn't say I make the weight easy, but I know how to make that weight.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like I ain't dying. You feel
Mm.
me? I ain't gonna be like, oh, I can't make this weight. I always been like a big 130. I used to wrestle, so I always been a 135. When I before I turned pro, I was 141. But I started boxing when I first started. I was 152. Had a few fights at 152, and then I went down to 41. And then when I turned pro, I went down to 35 and worked my way up. But I'm gonna be at 35 until I can't make it no more. But for the most part, right now I got some business I want to take care of at 35, and then I'm gonna move up to 40, and then just work my way from there.
Where
And we gonna like I feel like it's gonna all like everything gonna still continue to go. The fighters that's at 35 gonna go to 40.
yeah.
Everybody gonna grow and yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, these fights can't not happen. All of them gonna eventually happen.
I agree. I agree. So I got like 1 more minute left for this Zoom. I just wanted to let you know, I do a podcast with Zab Judah. If you ever want to tap in with us, we always like to have, some dope current fighters. So if you could just add my Instagram and you could always just see what I'm writing and you can see tap in with us and stuff.
I got you. I'm gonna add you as soon as we get off. The Instagram that's on here, right? I mean the one
Yeah.
that you
Hmm.
bet. I'm gonna add you as soon as we get off.
Yeah, and then I'll let you know. We normally do it every Sunday at 12 p.m. after the fights are done. But if we want to do a special or something like that, I don't know if you ever met Zab. Have you met Zab?
I think I might have met him like once.
Yeah. Where well, he's a big fan of big punches that are southpaws. So at the end of the day, we definitely like to get you on there. But I
Okay.
appreciate this interview, bro, and for much more to come.
Yeah, that's a bet, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'm like I said, I'm a big supporter of you. Like now I'm gonna stop putting my money on. My money's
For
gonna
sure. For
yeah,
sure.
my money's gonna